every time I keep saying, oh, this smells good, like obviously it's in my list. It's Camille and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to get into some cozy fragrances for the fall. I think it is fun, like especially when it gets colder, to start pulling out those more cozy scents. Fall makes me think of like spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, more cozy or spicier scent profiles. Also, let me know what fragrances that you're getting into this season down below. I love to see what other people are wearing. First in this lineup is Lovefest Burning Cherry. This is by Kayali, and this was actually one of my first Kayali fragrance purchases. It smells so good. I bought it during the fall a few years ago. This has notes of burning cherry, raspberry, praline, palo santo, gaiac wood, and patchouli. This is a really unique take on like a cherry scent. Pretty woody. It's not like a maraschino cherry that you would find on top of like a sundae. This is like a smoked cherry that you might find in like a spice bowl. Dark, smoky, alluring cherry. This kind of reminds me of the show Pretty Little Liars, like that type of fall, not like Gilmore Girls when it dries down. Those more sweeter notes kind of come out to play, but this is like a really smoky, woody, and slightly sweet. And I think the Palo Santo and like woody notes, it gives it that unique earthy scent. Earthy sounds a bit strange because it makes me think of like soil, but it gives it that like depth that some of these cherry scents don't have. This is really unique. I definitely recommend spraying all of these. I recommend, if you can, like trying it out in store and spraying it on your skin. But this is such like an alluring, deep, je ne sais quoi type of cherry scent. All right, so the next scent in this lineup is Casino by Brown Girl Jane. This is a newer launch for Casino. It came out earlier this year. And on their website, it's described as like an espresso martini in a bottle. Gives me like tiramisu vibes with a little bit of smokiness in the background. It's making me think of like having a fall campfire and like roasting s'mores and the smokiness in the air. You have oh, this is making me miss s'mores. It has notes of affogato, so that's like espresso over vanilla ice cream. So it's really creamy, sweet. Do you think there's marshmallow notes in here? Ooh, this smells so good. This is like a smoky, sweet, but this just reminds me of like, just think of roasting a s'more by the campfire. That combination of sweet and smoky, so good. And like tiramisu as well, because there is definitely like a coffee slash espresso note in this fragrance, but it's so pretty. It's pretty like lightweight, so you could wear it throughout the day. I also love to layer this like as a topper. It's so pretty, fluffy, smoky, and I think it's perfect for fall. I've definitely been wearing it year round, but I think this is perfect for fall. The next fragrance on the list is Khamrah Dukhan. This is by Lattafa. This is the third fragrance in this line. It's a flanker of the original Khamrah. This is like the essence of fall. It smells to me like those like spice bowls that have like cinnamon sticks, apple slices, and orange peels. This is like spicy, it's boozy, it's woody, it's smoky. A little citrus is in there as well. Like it's so complex, also sweet, and especially when you spray it on your skin, that sweetness comes out the longer it sits on you. But I do find this to be gender neutral. Sure, it's like masculine leaning, but out of the three of the Khamrahs, this is the most feminine, I would say. Neutral, just slightly more masculine leaning than, for example, Burning Cherry. Ooh, this and Burning Cherry? Hold on, because that would be a good combo. Wait. Hold on. Wait, that would actually eat. Burning Cherry is already like smoky, woody, but it's sweet and it has cherries. Oh, this would be a good combo. Okay, let me find the notes for this. This has top notes of spices, pimento, mandarin. Okay, so that's that citrus. Middle notes of incense, labdanum, which is a flower, orange blossom, also a flower, patchouli. So in that middle, you're getting some florals to like make the fragrance more bright, more feminine, but the incense really has that smokiness. And in the base, you've got notes of praline, which gives that sweet gourmand aspect to the fragrance. Also tobacco, amber, tonka bean, and benzoin. And so those last three really make it strong, strong, cozy, and a little bit more sweet. The longevity on this is really good. The projection on this is really good as well. And it's really affordable. This is a first, right? This is the first fragrance under 50 that I'm mentioning in the video. As always, I'll have everything linked down below for you guys to check out. I definitely wanted to have a good variety of price ranges in the video. Next we have a classic in the fall slash cold weather fragrance lineup. This is Vanilla 28 by Kayali. The second Kayali fragrance in this lineup. And this, ooh, this is so good. This is just a deep brown sugar sweet vanilla fragrance. This is the first like non-smoky perfume I'm mentioning. This is just pure vanilla, but it has such a depth to it that it's very fall appropriate. Like, it's so cozy. Year round, I would definitely recommend this for like evening wear, but in the cold weather, wear this literally at 8 a.m. Like, it smells so good. Official notes, they're not on the back of the bottle on this one. The top notes are vanilla, orchid, and jasmine, so you do get some floral aspects in this fragrance. The florals are super soft and rounded and buried in brown sugar, so it's not overly floral. Middle notes of brown sugar and tonka bean, so think super cozy, super sweet. To me, this is like a melted brown sugar, like brown sugar in a pot that is like melting. I won't say with butter because it's not buttery, but like just melted brown sugar. Base notes of amber, amberwood, musk, cozy, skin-like, and then patchouli, another floral note. Patchouli is a really polarizing fragrance note. Typically don't like it, but for some reason I don't catch it at all in here. This fragrance smells so good on skin, in the air, gets a lot of compliments. This is definitely like a staple, whether you're wearing it by yourself or whether you're layering. I think this on top of Khamrah Dukhan would be really good, adding to the sweetness of that fragrance. Vanilla 28 is just a staple. Let's talk about a gourmand fragrance that I highly recommend for fall. I feel like fall is the perfect time to bust out your gourmands. Super sweet dessert-like fragrances, and that is 100% Éclaire by Lattafa. This is like caramel, milk, butter, sugar, and yeah, vanilla. This smells like a literal dessert. Like a caramel frappuccino with no coffee. It just smells so good and sweet, but to me, it's not sickeningly sweet at all. The milkiness of it, the fact that it's like tonic, it doesn't make it like overwhelming, no matter, even if you're not wearing it in the fall. Heavy on the caramel. It smells like a caramel candy. It has like a level of freshness. Let me just spray this on myself. This isn't like cloyingly sweet or like annoying. This smells really good. This is definitely a crowd pleaser. It's technically a dupe for Bianco Latte. I've had a sample of Bianco Latte and this is a really good dupe for that. Top note is caramel, milk, and sugar. So think super sweet, kind of milky, and a lot of caramel, like heavy on the caramel syrup. Middle notes, honey and white flowers. Adds a bit of an uplifting element and it's not so like syrupy. And base notes of vanilla, praline, and musk. So if you like smelling like a snack, I definitely recommend Éclaire by Lattafa. This is also good for layering. Honestly, all perfumes are good for layering. And this is another affordable one. Definitely under $50. It's probably like 30 to 45. These type of fragrances, like the price is always fluctuating, whether on Amazon or TikTok shop or even on the main website, but always under 50. So we love that. We've got another TikTok recommendation. This is Vanilla Cashmere by this brand called Zanies. I found them on TikTok shop. It's inspired by Vanilla Skin by Fleur. Almost done. This smells so good. This is another smoky. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. Like, you almost want to drink this, but it's not a gourmand. To me, this smells like vanilla. It smells like marshmallow. It smells like tonka bean, but there's also some smokiness there, kind of like pink pepper, which is like a sweet smoky to me, and then also like a little something else. I don't know. Let me read the notes. Sweetness of spun sugar, spiced with pink pepper, and brightened by crisp red apple. The heart is a smooth blend of cashmere wood. Okay, that's like a sweet woody, like a cozy woody. So good. Jasmine and lily, adding a touch of sophistication. Finally, creamy vanilla, rich benzoin, sandalwood, and smoky agar wood. Definitely think smoky, sweet, a little teeny bit floral, but this is just so pretty. A little bit woody. I wouldn't even say smoky. I think woody is the word. I would just layer this with anything. layer that on top of Éclaire and see what that gives. But this is such a pretty fragrance. Small, that was good. Now let's get into La Belle. This is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Look, first of all, look at like the juice in here. Like, it's dark. I just think about how much like that vanilla has developed. This is a very sweet pear forward fragrance. Remember, like, it smells like a fruit concentrate but with a lot of vanilla and syrupy sweet. I guess this is technically a gourmand because it does have like pear and other fruits in it, and it's super sweet. And it also has like a baked quality to it. Let's see what the notes are. Top notes of pear and bergamot, so there's the fruit. And think like pear that's sizzled in a pan with a whole bunch of sugar. It's not like a bright, fresh cut pear. Still juicy, but it's so syrupy. It's like a pear syrup. Middle notes of floral notes and leather. I don't really catch the leather, but if there's floral notes in there, they're very much in the background. Base notes of vanilla, vetiver, amber, and musk. Sweet, dense, cozy notes in the bottom, and like the fruitiness is like, it's not a fresh fruit, it's like a syrupy fruit. I bought this a few years ago, which is why it still has this color, but I bought it during the fall time. I wouldn't recommend wearing this like during the summer or like when it's super hot outside, but when it's cold, it just smells so good. Like, imagine like wearing a flannel and just wearing this, like, this is the vibes. But yeah, this is La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Now this is one of the more brighter scents in this lineup. This is Vanilla Baby by Truly, also a TikTok shop find. If you're familiar with Vanilla Woods by the Seven Virtues, this kind of reminds me of it, but this is a little bit more lightweight and bright because it has a little bit, I sprayed it on the top of my hand. It has a little bit of like a fruity opening, very slightly fruity, nothing crazy. And it's different to how La Belle had pear in the opening, because the La Belle pear was a bit syrupy. This is like a freshly cut pear, so it's very juicy, but that's not like super prominent. This to me is like a nutty, vanilla, slightly fruity, a little woody scent. I feel like this would be really great like during the daytime since it's super lightweight and also it's a bit brighter. Not syrupy, it's not super dense. I just wish it lasted longer. That's my only complaint. Like, I overspray this for sure, but I wish I didn't have to because it does smell really good. Let's get into these notes. So top notes, pear and pistachio, so think fruity and nutty, but not a roasted pistachio, just a fresh pistachio. Middle notes of jasmine, so that floral is in there, but if you're not a huge fan of florals, no worries. I feel like this just rounds out the vanilla in there. Base notes of cedarwood, vanilla, and amber, so sweet, woody, and your skin but better. So this smells really good. I do recommend layering this maybe with some of the other stronger fragrances in this lineup, or maybe layering it with an oil, like a body oil, but this smells really good. I just wish it lasted longer. Now this is like a that girl fragrance for the fall, like an it girl fragrance for the fall. I feel like I talk about it all the time, but that's because I love it, and the dent isn't even that big because you don't have to spray that much. You're good with two. Sure, you can go overboard, but you don't need that much. It's very strong, but not in an overwhelming way. Oh, it smells so good. It's like a good amount of strong. This is a really classy take on a vanilla scent. I don't want this to just be like a vanilla lineup, but vanilla is just so good for the colder weather. I'm gonna have to expand my palette though. But anyway, bright because it has ginger in the opening and pink pepper. To me, this smells like a very luxurious woman, very expensive. She knows her worth. This smells so classy, like money, and this is like a $50 fragrance. It's by Lattafa, so I think it's a dupe for Burberry Goddess. I think this is around $50 or like $45. It smells like such a high-end fragrance, very comparable to the original, like an exact dupe if you will. I think this also stands on its own. Opening, you've got ginger, mandarin, and pink pepper, so think a little bit spicy but really fresh and a little bit citrusy. And then in the middle, we've got lavender, praline, cacao, and jasmine. Lavender kind of gives it that freshness. The praline and the cacao definitely make it super sweet and cozy. And the jasmine like rounds it out with that floral. There's a lot going on in here, but it's so well blended. Maybe like, oh, what's in the base? In the base, we've got vanilla, amber, and musk. So that just rounds out the sweetness and the coziness of it. Like, this is not straight up cozy. This is very alluring, very dynamic, extremely unique. It smells very luxurious and like something you would wear to like a really important event or maybe your birthday dinner, but also I wear this all the time. Like I wear this to church, I wear this to the park, I wear this to the coffee shop. Like I don't need a special occasion to wear really nice perfumes because every day is a special occasion, and this is just so good. If you're curious and maybe you don't have a store that carries Lattafa, a lot of people don't, myself included. It's for the most part an online brand, but you could try out Burberry Goddess in store and like spray it on your skin, see how you feel about that, because this is that but a little bit better. Something about it is better. I need to get to the bottom of it. Last but not least, this is the newest fragrance in the lineup. Actually, it came out like a month or two ago, and this is a LoveShackFancy perfume. It's my first LoveShackFancy perfume. Say that 5 times fast. This is called Secret Crush, and to me this is a really like bright and bubbly sweet perfume. This smells really good. Obviously every time I keep saying, oh, this smells good, like obviously it's in my list. Anyway, this reminds me of champagne, whipped cream, vanilla pastry, maybe like an Éclaire or something like that, or maybe I'm just thinking Éclaire because that perfume's called Éclaire. This is definitely the brightest fragrance, so like bright and bubbly, so I think this would be a great daytime option for the fall. Or if you want to wear it at night, maybe spray something stronger first and then spray this on top for that razzle dazzle, because this is literally a sparkly vanilla fragrance. So let's just get into the notes. The notes are chantilly cream, whipped cream, so super creamy, vanilla, coconut milk, so vanilla, a little bit lactonic, and I feel like coconut, it just rounds out a fragrance so well when it's done well. Oh, they got the notes on the bottle: whipped vanilla, champagne accord, and frosted chantilly. Ooh, frosted chantilly. Even the phrase, it just sounds so like razzle dazzle, and that's what this perfume is, but it's still like soft and like demure. They also have here listed sandalwood, champagne, and white musk, so yeah, think very sweet, cozy, bubbly, bright, but like leaves an impression. But I really like this. It's easy to grab and spray on. You can find this brand in Sephora if you wanted to try this on your skin. Alright guys, so those were my 10 fall fragrance recommendations. Let me know if you would add anything to the list, especially if you aren't super into like sweet scent profiles. Put me on to some more like unique fragrances. Let me know what other scent profiles you want to talk about in the next video. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!